it's Ro. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm very excited because I'm gonna be sharing a recipe that is perfect for dinner, and it has actually earned a permanent seat at my Thanksgiving table. Also, a big thank you to FLEISCHMANN'S Yeast for sponsoring this video. I absolutely love them. I have been using them for years to make many recipes, including the one we're making today, but cinnamon rolls, to make pizza doughs. I use them a lot. Now, without further ado, let's make some honey sage milk bread rolls. FLEISCHMANN'S rapid rise yeast makes this recipe super easy. And FLEISCHMANN'S yeast gives you quality, delicious results every time. Let's get started. I absolutely love milk breads, especially when they're homemade, because you can customize the flavors. And if you've never made a milk bread before, the first step to making these honey sage milk bread rolls is to make our milk bread starter. Ro, why do you make a milk bread starter? Well, that's a great question. This starter will help your rolls absorb more moisture and be fluffier. And it's a really simple thing to do, so try it. I'll be posting all of the ingredients and their measurements in the description down below, so if you want to follow along at home, you can. In a sauce pot, you're just gonna add a little bit of water, whole milk, and bread flour. Whisk together just a little bit and then bring it over to the stove. Then turn your stove to medium heat. Whisk constantly until it thickens. This usually takes about 3 to 5 minutes. Once thickened, remove from heat and allow it to cool to room temperature. Our milk bread starter is looking good, so I'm gonna set this off to the side while we make our honey sage butter. Making honey sage butter is very simple. All you need is honey, sage, and butter. It's as simple as it sounds. And for the sage, I'm using about 10 sage leaves. You're gonna once again turn your heat to medium and add the butter. Boop. My sister's dog just walked by and he's wearing one of them dog cones and he looks so sad. It's okay, Henny. Put the butter in the pan and melt it. Once the butter has melted, you're gonna place your sage leaves into the pan and we're basically gonna fry them. They're gonna cook about 2 to 3 minutes and you're gonna flip them halfway through. Once cooked, you're gonna turn off the heat to your stove, transfer to a plate covered with a paper towel to absorb any liquid. Once all of your leaves are cooked, you're gonna move your saucepan off the hot burner to a cooler burner so that your butter doesn't burn, because we're gonna use it in just a second. Now you're gonna take your cooked leaves, move them over to a cutting board, and we're gonna chop them up with a sharp cutting knife. Just be careful, don't get your fingers. Now we're gonna divide our chopped leaves. You want 1.5 teaspoons, set it off to the side. We're gonna put that in the dough, and the rest we're gonna put back in the honey butter. Add the remaining chopped sage into the butter. Remember, I have the heat off. Then add your honey. Then mix until well combined. I'm doing so with a spatula, but you can also use a wooden spoon. Then pour into a bowl and set it off to the side to cool. Now it's time to make the milk bread dough. The first step is to whisk together the dry ingredients. In front of me, I have a large bowl with bread flour, a little bit of sugar, salt, and 1 packet of FLEISCHMANN'S Rapid Rise Instant Yeast. Now whisk together until well combined. Once mixed together, we're gonna add some warm milk. You want your milk to be temperature-wise between 120 and 130 degrees. It's really important because it's the perfect temperature to interact with the yeast. You can heat up your milk on the stove. I just popped it in the microwave and using a candy thermometer, just dipped it in until it was the right temperature. Pour in your milk and mix together until well combined. You can use a whisk or a spatula, whatever is easier. Now we get to add the rest of our ingredients. You're gonna add 1 egg, the whole egg, the yolk and the white. You'll want your egg to be at room temperature, so take it out of the refrigerator and let it hang out for a little bit. You're also gonna add your milk bread starter, 4 tablespoons of honey sage butter. I kept the rest off to the side. I'm gonna use that later to top our dinner rolls. Honey and our chopped sage. Then using a spatula, I'm gonna mix together until dough starts to form. Once the dough has come together and formed, we're going to knead it with your hands. This is one of my favorite things about baking. I love kneading dough, whether it's pie dough, whether it's cinnamon roll dough, whether it's dinner roll dough. I just love it. It's a great arm workout and it's just really relaxing to me. I can't explain it. I just love it. All you need to do, take a pinch of flour, cover your work surface so that the dough doesn't stick. Plop the dough right in front of you. The dough right now is pretty sticky, so you're gonna put a little bit of flour in your hands as well. And we're gonna knead the dough for about 3 minutes. And if you've never kneaded dough before, it's very easy. You just use the palm of your hand. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna push the dough away from you, push, Then you're gonna pull it towards you, fold in half, and turn. And you're just gonna keep doing that. Push, fold, turn. There you go, then just set your timer. Do this for a couple minutes. And as you can see, the dough right now is really sticky. It's like sticking to my hand. So if you ever wanna add just a little bit more flour, a little pinch of flour, that's fine. Place the dough into a bowl, cover with a piece of food-safe plastic wrap, and allow it to rest. Set it off to the side for about 5 minutes. Look at that, our dough took a little nap. It's well rested, and now we're gonna divide it into 10 even pieces. I'm just gonna plop it down right in front of me. Oh, I love this. Boop. Now just using my hands, I'm gonna roll it into a log and cut into 10 even pieces. Now, gonna take each piece, roll into a ball, then place your dinner roll into a greased baking pan, just like so, and fill it up. Look at that, they fit in there perfectly. This recipe makes 10 dinner rolls, and this is in a 9-inch round baking pan. Now, before we let them rest one more time, we're going to paint a little butter on top. Now, this is just regular melted butter, and then I've got a little baking brush. This is gonna help them get beautiful golden color while they bake. I'm just gonna paint a little bit of melted butter over the top of each roll. After you cover each roll with a little bit of butter, we're gonna cover with a clean kitchen towel. We're gonna tuck our little rolls in for another nap, and we're gonna let them sit for 20 minutes. This is a great time to preheat your oven. You wanna heat your oven to 375 degrees, and we're gonna bake these little dinner rolls for 25 to 28 minutes until they turn golden brown. Once your dinner rolls have baked, we're gonna give them a couple minutes to cool, and then we're gonna paint the top with the rest of our honey sage butter. You do this right before you're about to serve them so it's nice and fresh. Oh, these smell so good. The hardest part is not to eat them right now. And ta-da! There you have it. Here are the honey sage milk bread rolls that we made today. They are ready to enjoy. They're perfect for dinner, and because this recipe is so good, it now has a permanent seat at our Thanksgiving table. So welcome to the family. They smell so good. I'm about to have one right now, but before I do, I'm gonna take some pictures, and I'll be posting the picture and the recipe on all my social medias. And if you guys make this recipe, please take a picture, and don't forget to use the hashtag #RoRecipe so that I can find it and like it and heart it and favorite it and all those things, because seeing your baking creations just makes me really happy. It makes my day. There's something about baking from scratch that just makes it better. And if you guys enjoy these recipe videos, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, click subscribe, it's free, and ring the bell to receive notifications every time I post a new video. And a very big thank you to FLEISCHMANN'S Yeast for sponsoring this video. I love them, I've been using them for years, and I use them to make this delicious recipe I'm about to devour. All right, I'm gonna go cut myself one. I'm gonna break off a little piece so you can just look at that. It's soft, it's fluffy, and it's even a little sweet. Bye-bye. And if you'd like to watch any other videos, you can click up here or up here.